Hey guys and girls, how you all doing today? Your boy Too Lazy for Life is back, bringing you another episode of Fate Apocrypha. And yes, as you guys may have noticed, we've changed camera angles slightly. I'm trying out a new camera angle, trying out a new viewing perspective for you guys for maybe the next couple of weeks. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up for, and just see how it goes. You guys let me know in the comment sections down below, whether on YouTube or on Patreon, whether you like this brand new camera angle, and get back to me as soon as possible, and then we can go from there. I'll see whether we can do anything about it, whether I should keep this new camera angle if you guys like it, or we can just go back to the original one. Alright, but based on personal testing in my free time and whatnot, from the way it looks right now on my OBS, it looks, you know, pretty alright. It shows a lot more of my backdrop of poverty than I would like, okay? You get to see far more poverty in the backdrop than I would like. But at the same time, I feel like just viewing me from this distance and from this angle may be a little bit better than my original one, because I feel like the original one, I looked a little bit too up close. Or maybe it's just the fact that the camera was viewing me too much facing the front of my face rather than viewing it to the side. I don't know. I'm just rambling on now, guys. All right. I don't know whether this is a good or bad thing, changing the camera angle. So you guys as the audience, all right, you just give me your feedback. So we're going to cut it there with that. So, Fate Apocrypha, episode 10 we're on now. We're still continuing on with the battle in the Yugda Millennia territories. And everyone is still having that huge grudge match, trying to kill each other. And now Jan is gonna go fight that big, overgrown Spartacus monstrosity abomination that we saw in episode 1's opening teaser. And, oh right, Astolfo, right? Astolfo was fighting Mordred, and then Sig came in at the end there. And now Sig's gonna fight Mordred. Don't know how that's gonna work, but gonna find out now, alright guys? So without further ado, let's get on with episode 10 now, shall we? Let's go. I have a name, you know. Somehow it's the same as the one that saved my life and gave me this heart. Yeah, because, you know, that totally makes sense. I wonder if she's got any Rule 34 on the internet. I'm pretty sure that there is. And I'm pretty sure you're all going to jail for that. What the fuck? Hey, is that giant fucking metal stick supposed to do anything? Oh, you're another insignificant one. Oh! Oh, horn's broken as well! Oh, oh right, because, you know, Berserker's magical electrical ball stick thing couldn't manage to even dent Saber or do anything to her, but Sig just runs up little gingerly and just pokes Saber and somehow manages to go and fracture and puncture that. Oh! Got kicked in the teeth! Oh! You just killed everyone! Oh yeah, tough fighting words. I don't think Mordred gives a shit. Strangling her with her own intestines. Oh, she talks. Well, I mean, she talks. Oh, I mean, she talks more than she did previously, right? Oh, my ears! She ain't dead. Oh, but you did fuck her up pretty bad. I mean, you killed her in vain. She would have killed herself with that ability anyway, right? I mean, you just boosted her up several times more. You just made her explode a little bit more spectacularly than she would have done by herself. Oh, I live now in you. Well, here's the thing, right? Didn't Saber just skewer Sig's newly acquired heart? Oh, another sword stuck in the ground. Who are you supposed to be? Saber 2.0? Are you supposed to be a bootleg King Arthur? Yeah, no fate but what we make. Alright, even if that road down the line's dripping with hypocrisy, full of regret, I will still strive to become a champion of justice. I didn't, think you could shock a punctured, skewered heart with electrical energy and it just suddenly just activates again. Right? Logically, that makes no sense. I still don't know how that makes any sense. Oh, she's blushing. Oh, God, now fuck. actually, so that means he has. So he's a demi servant then. He's not a pseudo servant.
ここからでも狙おうと思えば狙える赤のセイバーを手助けしてやるかいいえ、あのセイバーは放置しましょう。待っていれば自滅するだけの取るに足らない存在です。
So he has to be a pseudo servant then, right? Because Mash was also on the brink of death when she was crushed. You know, right, in First Order, she was crushed, about to get, you know, pasted, bleeding out all over the floor. And then suddenly Galahad just embodied her dying corpse. And then suddenly she just came back to life perfectly fine, fully healed up. Oh hey, it's those scenes again from episode 1. What the? Oh! Oh! What the fuck? Yeah, so this episode, after they still explained barely anything that made any sense in this episode about how Sig transformed into Siegfried, my only guess is that he transformed because he's somewhat similar to Mash from Fate Grand Order. I mean, Mash is also a homunculus, right? Well, she's a designer baby, but I'm guessing that's also basically a homunculus. And their magical, spiritual cores and circuitry and whatever of their body just allows them to better equip a servant onto their very self, okay, like a magic card in Yu-Gi-Oh, okay. Equip spell card, special servant, whoever that's gonna be. Equip it to your monster to gain 10,000 attack power and defense power and immunity to magic effects, trap cards, and monster effects. Somehow Sig just in his well, I mean, he was dead. He was lying there dead on the floor. His heart that was given to him by Siegfried was clearly skewered like a wild boar, punctured right through, ruptured. It was bleeding out. All the blood in that heart already just skewered and was flowing, water falling, just bursting out of him. Okay, after Mordred pulled out her sword that we saw there when he was still holding him up. All the blood just gushing out of his chest, and he just flopped and then just decked it onto the floor like a limp dick. Alright, he was clearly dead. But then somehow Fran's electrical shock coursed through him during her noble phantasm, and it somehow revived him. I don't know how that happens, because usually that only happens when your heart is just stops working, not when it's completely punctured and busted. And then in that moment, Sig managed to commune with the afterlife and talk to Siegfried, and then Siegfried decided to again descend down from, I guess, the throne of heroes and take over Sig's body, and in the process heal him of all of his wounds. That's what Galahad did, right, to Mash in Fate Grand Order. So that's about the only comparison that I can come up with to how he came back to life like that. Otherwise, it makes virtually no sense. Alright, so Sig's now back as Siegfried. I don't know how long he can maintain that superhuman form for before he has to go back to his normal form. But yeah, he was fighting Mordred, and then they noble phantasmed, and then they just cut to the end credits. Oh, I was getting so into that episode, I didn't realize how fast time was flying by, man. I have to wait till next episode to see who wins that fight. I'm pretty sure Sig's gonna lose. Alright, Mordred. Holy crap. Oh boy, Mordred is so fucking OP. If she was going up against OG Saber, I honestly wonder who would win. Alright, because Mordred literally just took a nuke to the face, point blank. And she still pretty much came out, you know, still ready to go. I mean, yeah, sure, she was a bit fucked up. And her armor was a bit, you know, smashed up on one side. And she was bleeding out slightly. But I'm pretty sure she was still more than healthy enough, okay, to go for round 2 and round 3 with Astolfo. So if King Arthur took a nuke face first, point blank to the face, I wonder whether she would also come out unscathed. Well, I mean, you know, we've seen Saber do a whole bunch of things in Heaven's Feel, right? But that's Saber Alter, so that doesn't count because apparently Saber Alter is just borderline unkillable and immortal, since she has the power of the whole Grail itself, fueling her with infinite magical energy, making her practically just all stats are now just X rank infinite. Okay, question mark, question mark, question mark on all of her stats. But the original Saber, okay, with just any normal master piloting her, she's got limits, right? I wonder how you'd fare up against her. Because in Fate Zero and Unlimited Blade Works, we never really got to see her get fucking nuked. She only just had a bunch of skirmish battles. She never really took something like Frankenstein's blasted tree to the face. Unless, you know, the well, based on just the visuals and the spectacle of that blasted tree, it looked like a pretty powerful nuke of a noble phantasm. Alright, but maybe it's a D rank or a C rank noble phantasm in reality, okay? I don't know what the game stats are for Fran's abilities, but if Mordred was able to survive that point blank, it must not be that powerful. Either that, or Mordred is just as busted of a character as Saber. Astolfo got her ass handed to her, man. Oh my god. Saber was just bitch slapping her all day long. It's not even funny. Like, what is her fucking purpose in this show? I guess saving Sig was her main purpose, right? She was there to save Sig, there to teach him how to live. Not really a whole lot going for in terms of this Holy Grail War. Just there for fan service, I guess. And it's so sad, man. Fran's gone. Oh, that is just such bullshit. I mean, she was one of my favorite ones so far. I don't give a fuck about the caster dude or Shakespeare. I don't give a fuck about him. Can we please kill off some of the, you know, clearly not interesting and not waifu material servants first and leave all the good, clearly 5-star attention-seeking waifus that are carrying this show to the very end of the show before you start axing them off? Fran was such a cute Nezuko vibe sort of waifu and servant, man. I was enjoying her screen time as much as I was enjoying Astolfo's screen time and Jan's screen time. Mordred needed to chill out. Alright, everyone was there pouring their hearts out. Alright, trying to be all emotional and shit, and Mordred's like, so anyway, I just start slashing, I just start stabbing. Alright, I don't care about your feelings. Absolutely ruthless. Oh man, even when Sig was there, you know, just screaming about how he wants to save everyone and how he wants to be a champion of justice, Mordred's like, alright, skewered. Alright, I don't care about your feelings. It's just, Mordred, I don't know. I like her, but at the same time, she's just too angry. All right, Mordred needs to chill out. All right, she's just an angry kid with daddy problems, I think. And the fact that she's, as Astolfo said, are you like immortal or something? Yeah, I don't like a character that just can't die. All right, it's like Saber Alter. Saber Alter was cool to begin with. But the fact that you could just keep on nuking the shit out of her and she just can't die, just eventually it just gets rather boring. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake. So what? Have you got like, who's your daddy? Okay, I see dead people. Okay, like, have you got all the Warcraft cheats? Okay, activated, and your character just, no matter how many hits it takes, just won't fucking die. Okay, it's just not fun. Okay, it's just It's just not enjoyable interacting with such a cheat. Yeah, alright guys, I think that's all of my thoughts for episode 10 of Fate Apocrypha. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Alright, all of you brand new Fate fans that just stumbled upon this channel for the first time and discovered my Fate Apocrypha reaction videos. If you've liked what you've seen so far, alright, and you haven't done so already, hit all the buttons down below. Like, comment, subscribe. Also consider joining the Discord server and consider joining my Patreon, where you can financially support me, allowing me to continue making content for you guys all year round. And for your gratitude, you'll be rewarded with all the full uncut, unedited versions of these videos on YouTube, and also get 1 week early access to the next bunch of videos ahead of YouTube. Alright, big massive shout out to all of my existing patrons right now supporting me on the platform. Big massive shout outs to the Sloth Troopers, Tomato and Sailor, and to the Supreme Sloth supporter as always, Eden's Musketeer. Once again, thank you guys so much for your next extra levels of insane patronage and support. I wouldn't be here without you guys especially, alright, along with all the other patrons. Thank you all of you guys so much. So that is it for episode 10 of Fate Apocrypha. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time for episode 11, alright guys? But until then, that is it from your boy. Catch you later.